Waist up, what's cracking? What's up, little baby, what's happening? I know you about ready for some action, so just slide to my current, let's get nasty. Say waist up, what's cracking? What's up, little baby, what's happening? I know you about ready for some action, so just slide to my current, let's get nasty.
Hi, everybody. How's it going on this lovely Sunday? Ooh, let me fix this camera. Looking a little wild. Okay, there we go. How is everybody doing? We are here, people. Yes, we are going to be interviewing today. We're on brand, off script, all over again. And we have a special one today. I'm very, very, very excited about. If you haven't seen all of the posts and everything in reference to it, we have none other than Tiana Small from Bad Girls Club Season 11 and All Star Battle Season 2. The winner of All Star Battle Season 2, so we're going to have to be specific. Hello? And we're going to get into all the things of the things. And once we're done, we're going to open the floor, have a few people come and ask some questions to her and get into all of the things, okay? So I hope you guys enjoy tonight. Thank you, Tony. Oh my goodness, thank you for being here. But I hope you guys enjoy this. This is going to be a fun time. And we're about to get into all the things. So without further ado, let me go ahead and bring in none other than Tiana Small. Yes. Okay. Yes. How are
Hiya.
you,
Hi,
how are you
Tasia.
feeling?
Huh?
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. Like, I'm just, honestly, thank you for even, like, considering and wanting to do this with me, because for the most part, I feel like people be like, Tiana, who? Because I be out the damn loop. So I'm
Screaming.
excited. I'm really excited.
I love it. I'm so glad. I'm glad that you was able to do this. This is very big for me, so I want to thank you as well for being involved.
Of course. Of
So we're
course.
gonna have a good time and we're gonna chop it up, okay?
Okay.
So before we get into the things, I want to do a quick mental health check. How are you feeling emotionally, mentally? Where are you in life right now?
Motherhood, just trying to balance it all out. I think for the most part, my mental is in a great space. And I just think that's just based on the fact that I'm just really an optimistic person. I'm really optimistic. I don't really allow too much things to get to me. Um, and I'm just taking on every responsibility that I have to take on. And I'm just doing it being strong and, like I said, optimistic. And I don't allow too many things to allow, like, to let me fold. I mean, look, because I'm pretty sure you might get into that because I'm like, even that whole thing with the whole Starbucks and whatever, that had went viral.
Yeah.
That was a very tough time in my life at that time. But I also looked at it as a blessing as well because like it affected me initially because I was like going through it, but in the end of it all, like I said, the mindset that I have, I always look at things like even though it may not feel good, I feel like it's happening for me. So how can I utilize this situation to benefit me opposed to, looking at it in a negative light. So my mental is pretty good for right now. I'm just trying to focus on leveling up. That's really my focus and making sure my kids are amazing.
I love that. And I'm so glad you brought it up because we're definitely going to touch that a little bit later. But as you said, you are now a mother of two. How is being a mom? Like from bad girl to bad girl mommy? Like what's the vibe with that?
I mean, they drive me crazy. But, I think that it's really allowed me to grow up, right? And also look outside of myself and understand that the things that I do, and the choices that I make like they affect my children firsthand. So I have to really be considerate, and just also mindful of the decisions that I make and what I do. And I just think it has turned me into, a more mindful person, a better person. I think I'm still Tiana, and I think I'm human. And sometimes, I'm like, I need a break because I'm a mom 25/8. But I love it, and I just feel like my mission here is to just really guide them and make sure that they are the best that they can be, better than me. Like you see what I'm saying? So that's
Yeah,
really what I look at as, just me being a mother. I just want them to be great.
I love that. I absolutely love that. So let's go ahead and just get into the things because I want to tackle into your motherhood and everything a little bit more as well. But I want to do some like little icebreaker questions for you.
Okay.
So for people who only know TV Tiana, who is Tiana really?
Who is Tiana? Oh, Tiana is that's a good question. Thank you, Pooh. I think so I would describe myself as or define me as somebody who is loving, um, ambitious, a visionary. Like I'm always looking like forward thinking. Like you see what I'm saying, and just making decisions that are just not going to benefit me, but those around me. And mm, okay, Tiana is ambitious. Tiana is like I don't think I'm fearful. I don't think I fear too much. Like I'm gonna. It may scare me in the beginning, but I'm really just gonna go at it, head first. Like, and I'm a manifester. Whatever it is that I want, I'm gonna get. Um, I'm a great mom. And I'm a great sister. I'm a great daughter. I just think I'm a just a great overall person. Of course, I have my flaws about me, but Tiana is Tiana Monet Small. Like I really can't like put me in like a little box. That's the funny thing. I can't put myself in a box because I'm always evolving. But
Yeah.
Tiana, I'm just me, and I think like to know me is to love me, and I think that those who come around me, I think that's a better question for to ask somebody else because I could just keep going on about who Tiana is.
But nothing is wrong with that though, because you know who you are firsthand, right? And
Right,
when that question comes up, no matter how long it is for you to explain it, that's your truth, you know?
right,
You feel
right.
me? And so, as you said, you were like you have an innovative mind, right? So before you even got into the whole TV space, what was the vision of your life that you have for yourself? Like, was there's like something that you really wanted to do that you hadn't like set on your goal list?
Okay, so I knew that because my upbringing was very rough.
Mhm.
Um, like I told you, I always been optimistic. So I always like, regardless of what I was going through, like times where my siblings and I were like hungry, or times where I didn't have certain clothing or didn't have, I always was just like, this ain't the end all be all for me. Like I always see myself in like this bright light. So I wanted to model initially because I was always very slim.
Yeah.
And, I left home when I was 15. So I was just like house hopping. But as I was house hopping, I was also modeling. Like I was going to every, like, I was in New York City. So I was going to every New York casting to like just get myself out there. I was doing TFP, time for print. I didn't have the money to pay for photos. So I would, meet up with photographers. And I put myself in a lot of uncompromising situations doing that. You see what I'm saying? Just trying to go out there and be like, I'm gonna make it no matter what.
Yeah.
And like I told like before, I went to America's Next Top Model, and like I said, it's so funny how everything happened because I always wanted so much for myself. So I was going out to get it. Also trying to get my high school diploma, but because I was like homeless and house hopping, my focus wasn't on school. It was like making money, and making sure my brothers were okay. But I still was trying to do that at the same time. And
Yeah.
I just like always see myself as somebody that was just like a star. So I wanted to model, and I went to America's Next Top Model. However, they curved me, and Bad Girls Club hit me up, and I was
Hmm.
like, I think I got a better chance on Bad Girls Club.
I feel it. So you wanted to be a model. You wanted to be Tyra Banks. You wanted to be Naomi
Yeah, I wanted
Campbell.
to be like, listen, Jatavia, I was motherfucking 110 pounds. Shape was body was bodying, and I was just like, I could do it. I had my model walk and everything down packed, but they curved me on that first one. But like I said, they called me back after Bad Girls Club hit me up, and I denied them because I felt like I said, I had a better chance on Bad Girls Club. And God didn't steer me wrong because I damn sure did.
Absolutely. And you definitely made your mark.
Yes, yes, I did.
You definitely made your mark. Okay, so as you had already spoken on, you had a rough upbringing. But when it comes down to how you were growing up, were you always just outspoken, or is it because of your upbringing that kind of made you to the person you are today?
No, I was always very outspoken. I always had issues in school with my mouth. My mom's, friends and aunts and uncles always thought my mouth. I was extra sassy, but I always viewed it as I wasn't being grown. I just felt like if something needed to be said, Tiana was gonna say it. Like so that was always me. Like, okay, well, yeah, I'm 8, 9, 10 years old, but that's not how it went. So, and I always got in trouble for my mouth. I ain't gonna lie. But I've always been very mature. And I think maybe because I had to grow up fast, maybe because, my mom, I was always like my mom's biggest supporter as well as my brothers.
Yeah.
So I just think that I needed to be the way that I was in order to get to where I needed to be. I had to.
Yeah. I get that. And just to give people clarity, where were you born and raised?
Okay, so that's the funny thing too, right? Because I claimed Harlem on Bad Girls Club, but I initially, right, I was born in Manhattan, but I really was raised in the Bronx, though. I'm gonna be honest, 1,000% honest. I was
Okay.
raised on Fordham Road, right there on Davidson Avenue. And after that, I moved to Roberto Clemente. So I was in the Bronx predominantly of my life. The only reason why I claimed Harlem was because I was living with my boyfriend at the time, and he was from Harlem, and I was just like, okay, well, I'm coming from Harlem, but I'm originally from the Bronx, New York City. That's where I'm from.
Period. Okay. And we love clarification, child.
Yeah.
Especially, and and from my understanding, like how I've witnessed a lot of New Yorkers are very clear on like, okay, we're from this place,
Yeah.
we're not from here, so we have
Right.
to be specific.
Right, because every time when I came back home off the show, everybody was like, "You from Harlem?" I'm like,
Yeah.
"Oh God!" I'm like, "Just let me live." But my father's from Harlem. God bless his soul. But I just was like, "Fuck it." I'm with my boyfriend. This is what we doing. He was my biggest supporter at that time. So I was like, "I'm from Harlem. Like, this is what I'm repping." But yeah, I'm from the Bronx, New York. I really am.
I live. Okay, period. Now, as far as your love life is concerned, because I want to deep dive in that a little bit. Give me some teas on this because obviously, like you say you got two kids. What will you say your love life as a whole has been like? Because you haven't been in the star space, and of course, with Bad Girls Club, a lot of times you don't really get to see everybody's like relationship life. So, can you give us a little idea of what that looked like for you?
Uh, my love life. Okay, to get on some real shit, Jatavia. Like, I think that God initially blessed me with men who came into my space and worshiped the fucking ground I walked on. Like, seriously, I always had men that came around me and just loved me properly, respected me. And I think once I started losing myself and not respecting myself is when I started to attract what wasn't right for me. So my daughter's father, don't get me wrong, I was upset. Like, all right, so I never really thought I could love. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, I consider myself like a fucking heartbreaker because I would be with somebody, they would be in love with me, and I just always just felt very detached. And I don't know where that came from, but once I met my daughter's father, I was like, in love with him. Like, I had to be with him. And I think what messed the whole dynamic up with that was because I was chasing,
Mm,
opposed to me being the woman and allowing a man to chase me. I messed that whole dynamic up. And also another thing that I did was, and my aunt told me verbatim, when I got off an all-star battle and I won that money, that was the time for me to focus on me. That was the time for me to build myself up, to make the right decisions, to invest in myself, not to go into a relationship. Now, I don't regret my daughter one bit. My daughter is a blessing to me. I love the ground my daughter walks on, so I don't regret that.
yeah,
However, I think that a lot of things that did take place with her father could have been avoided if I would have, made better decisions.
yeah,
Because it was very tumultuous for me. Like, and I think it broke me down. I lost my sense of self. And that's what I also think, like, took me out of the, when I was supposed to be, taking that, me winning Bad Girls All-Star Battle, I was supposed to take that and shoot up.
Mm-hmm.
It was and to be honest, it was a distraction. I didn't allow it to, it just broke me down. And after that, I jumped right into another relationship because Riley's father and I was on. We was off and on, off and on, off and on. And I noticed that I keep looking around because I can't fucking see. So let me put my glasses.
You're good.
I'm blind. So my daughter's father, like, so then after him and I decided to, like, call it quits after like 7 years, I jumped right into a relationship with my son's dad. And I'm so intelligent. You know how they say you're so smart till you dumb?
Yes.
And when I met him, it's like, and I'm only giving you this backstory to tell you where my mindset is today. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So it was just very, I've never been in an abusive relationship. It was abusive, like physically, mentally. He pulled out weapons on me. Like, there were weapons. I never seen a fucking, you know how they say the barrel of a gun? I never seen that until, like, it was very bad. And now, I just really look at it as if my whole mindset right now is loving me and making sure that my focus is on pouring into myself and my children. I
Yeah.
don't need, and I don't get me wrong, I want a husband. I want a man. I want a loving family, but I'm not rushing into that until I feel like I find the right person that can, that is healed, that can love me properly so I can pour that love into them as well. But we can also build because it's a bigger picture. It's not just about love, fucking, and all of that. It's really about how you can create a legacy for your family. And I just want somebody that's on the same mindset and level as me that's not going to try to compete with me or make me feel less than who I am because I have this huge light. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I think that that can come off that way too. I think that I have the type of persona that makes men feel small, like in their own. And I don't know if it's triggering or whatever the case may be, but it's really delicate right now, especially with this day and age too. Men want to compete with you. They want to. I don't have time for that. So I'm really picky, but I'm not saying I don't talk to people. I deal with women as well too. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I'm not open to that, but I've never been in a relationship with a woman. But
Okay.
yeah, but I'm just really right now. I'm just open to it, but I just think my main thing right now is just focusing on loving me and making sure that I'm the best that I can be, so I'm able to pour that into my children as well as somebody else.
I love that. I love that. And I want you to kind of expand a little bit on that the love life of both dating men and women, or never actually been in a serious relationship with women. Is it because you never came across a woman that you could take serious, or is it that the the look or the image of a relationship with a woman in your mind, you're not taking it as serious, if that makes sense?
No, 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 no. See, that's the
Okay.
thing. I'm willing to do it. Like,
Okay.
but I just think it has to be the right woman. Like, I don't. And all right, so because all right. This is the thing, because I'm so open, right? It don't necessarily have to be a femme. It don't necessarily have to be a stud. I am more attracted to femmes, but I'm open. I was in love with this stud in Georgia, and she curved me because she felt like I wasn't a true lesbian, which I told
Hmm.
her I wasn't. Like, you see what I'm saying? But she just felt like I would play games with her, and I was devastated. Like, I was hurt, and like, I would take a woman seriously, but I just think that she has to be able to meet me where I am and be able to provide the same energy and the same mindset that I have so we can flourish. I just don't want to, like, and I think a lot of times, like, especially now, people just are okay with playing games with each other now. It's no
Yeah.
seriousness to anything. I think that people just like this whole, like, no attachments, no strings attached type mindset, and that's where it is right now, and I don't really want that. So I feel like I'm really taking my time, but if it comes, it comes. Like, I'm open to it. Like, I really am. So it's not that I don't see myself in a relationship with a woman or I don't take it as seriously. I don't think I have met only that one, which was Tiffany. But after that, I have not ever met a woman that I'm like, Well, I want to be her girlfriend. I want her to be my girlfriend.
I feel
Just
that.
but hopefully, maybe I don't know what's to come for Tiana. I just have to once I focus on me and I think everything else that's meant for me will attract. It will come.
Yes, absolutely. So let's go ahead and get into like you focusing on you, right? So let's go into the Bad Girls Club of it all and really deep dive into who Tiana was going into this. As you said earlier, you America's Next Top Model kind of curved your child. So you were just
Yeah,
like, okay, Bad Girls Club, come in. Let's see
yeah.
what the vibes is. Were you a fan of Bad Girls Club before you signed on?
Oh, of course. That's why. That's why I hit them up because I don't know. I forgot how I found out about Bad Girls Club. I know I was in high school. I forgot what, but I know it was Tanisha at that time. It was
Okay. I
Tanisha's season.
think she
And
was season
after,
3.
yes, after I see that, and in high school, I was like, I hung out like me and my friends in high school. I'm not gonna say we was problematic, but we were. So it reminded me of Bad Girls Club, and then I just feel like when I went to school, put a little extra bug in my back. So I'm like, what? Like, what bitches want to do? Like, what are we doing? Like, bitches think they tough. This is how my attitude.
Yeah.
Bitches think they tough. Like, we really coming to school. Like, what are we doing? But it was, Bad Girls Club. I was a huge fan of Bad Girls Club. I thought it was dope. I feel like, and even to this day, I just think that Bad Girls Club reminds me of me and my cousins being in the house when we was younger, and it's gonna happen. Like somebody gonna say some fly shit. It's organically going to happen. It's gonna be drama when you put a whole bunch of people in a house and you have to be in this space for a certain amount of time. It's fucking organic. So I got a kick out of it. Like, and I still do. I feel like it's like a guilty pleasure of mine. I look forward to Sundays so I can watch this. I can't wait to watch you Baddies USA today. I can't wait.
Me
Yeah,
too.
I cannot wait.
Listen, when we are done with this interview, baby, that's what I'm turning on. Do you hear
Yes,
me?
I'm looking forward to this shit.
Yes. So yeah, so when it came down to Bad Girls Club, like you first off, you were one of my favorites when you came into the mix, right? I love the fact that you just didn't give a fuck, right?
Mhm.
But when it came down to viewers watching it as the episodes turned on, because I feel like y'all season was probably like y'all had like the
The
most replacements, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I thought you were gonna say the most hated.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That y'all were close to that too, but I feel like it was y'all had the most replacements. Like y'all
We
had like a
did.
lot of girls coming in and out. So when it came down to it, and the viewers were kind of like watching the season overall, you kind of started to become a villain. Like when you were watching it with the viewers. Well, let me rephrase this. When you were in the situation, did you feel like what you were doing was villain behavior? And then when you watch it back with everybody else at the time, did you see how it came off as basically being a villain?
I still don't get how I was the villain. I'm still don't get it. Like I feel like I was raw. I was authentic. I never changed who I was. I wasn't trying to fit in with nobody. I feel like yes, I'm loyal. So if niggas got a problem with my friend, I'm riding with my friend. But I never was a follower. Like you see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So when people was trying to make me out to be this bad guy, I never like okay. So when I was on the show, I thought niggas was gonna fuck with me. I'm like, I'm the realest. I'm the realest on Bad Girls Club. They gonna fuck with Tiana because I'm
Yeah.
real. When I went home and see the feedback, that shit was shocking to me. I said, they don't fuck with me. I'm a bully. I never thought I was a bully. I just thought that I spoke on shit when I needed to speak on it. If I didn't like, and this is my thing too. Like, even with the whole like, okay, remember when they wanted to put the baby monitors inside the room, right?
Yeah.
Tiana was the one. If I was such a follower and such a bully, I was the one who was against it. Like, I don't need to hear what the fuck is going on in that room, and whatever it needs to be, and in the forefront of whatever is meant for me to hear, I'ma hear it. But I'm not with it. Even when the girls was like, oh, when Gigi come, we gonna bully her. Tiana didn't do. Why nobody paid attention to the little shit? I never was just hopping on niggas bandwagons and doing what people wanted Tiana to do. Like,
Yeah.
I never was like that. So when niggas wasn't fucking me, but I think that looks and the damsel in distress has a lot to do on the masses. So when you have I feel like people are more receptive to a weak lamb opposed to somebody who has this dominant personality. I feel like
No.
most people, like, and so I feel like when I had that, like even with Janelle, I don't feel like I bullied Janelle. I feel like Janelle said her little shit in the confessionals. When I found out about it, I pressed her about it. Like, you see what I'm saying? It was never like I'm just going out my way to bully Janelle. No, bitch, you talking about we can't touch your juice. Why niggas can't touch your juice? Like, we all in the crib together. Like, I just felt like, and then also, this is another thing that I want people to realize too. We're in a, what do you call it? What's that word I'm looking for? When you do an experiment and it's like a
It's a social experiment.
control. We were in a controlled experiment, right?
Yes.
So my thing is that yes, sometimes it may look like I'm antagonizing them, but you want to know why? Because I just got a call on the back phone from the producers telling me, Tiana, oh, there's not enough drama going on in the house. We don't think that you said what you needed to say to this person. So now that you got somebody telling you that you didn't stand on what you needed to stand on, or the house is boring, you got to go back in the house on your bullshit. So if that's how the viewers wanted to see me, you know what I said to myself? I accepted it. I'd rather you niggas view me as a big bad wolf than to be some weakling. So it is what it is. And real niggas is gonna fuck with Tiana and they not. And that's what's my whole thing from moving on from that. Like, I didn't really give a fuck too much about it. Like, cause I was true to myself. Like, I really was true to me. Like, the same thing I gave on TV is the same thing I gave outside.
Mm-hmm.
I never switched up who I was. I couldn't. I can only be Tiana. That's it.
Yeah.
So
I'll
that's
say
pretty
this.
much.
I'm gonna say this as a viewer because I've been a fan of BGC since Tanisha's season, and watching that season, I felt as though, and this is not me trying to put the blame on anyone else or anything like that, but it felt as though people were fucking with you, but then the closer you got to Jazz Monet,
Oh.
it started to feel as though y'all's like ideas and thoughts merged, and a lot of people wasn't a fan of Jazz Monet.
Uh huh.
So
Uh
it kind
huh.
of felt like it started to bleed onto you a little bit because Jazz
Oh.
Monet had a air about her that came off as very attention seeking. You know what I'm
For
saying?
real?
It did. It came off. It really did come off that way. And especially when, and we're going to get into the Janelle of it all, is when Janelle came into the picture, I do see where everybody was coming from. Janelle had like a very much 30 inches. I
Yeah,
live
bitch,
for it.
no. Yeah, no, bitch. No. Fuck is you talking about? You can either be 30 inches away. Are you dumb? If you want to play the victim, you slap a bitch with your hair, then go, you need to be sitting this distance away, and then go, I don't know why they hate me.
Yeah.
What? I was confused.
That
Like,
is
I'm
valid.
listening.
No, it's just I think when she came in with that air or whatever, I felt like a lot of people looked at it as y'all approached it very bully mentality because once everybody kind of became friends, like all of y'all, Gigi, Jazz Monet, like everybody, all of y'all got close. It was like everybody was moving as a unit. And that was where, like, for you specifically, I don't think that you were a follower. I never thought that you were. I felt like in that particular group situation, you were kind of to a degree coming off as the leader of the pack,
Mm-hmm.
but Jazz Monet came off as the voice of the pack. So when
Mm-hmm.
every time she would say something and then everybody would move, I guess you could say, it would make it
Mm-hmm.
seem like, everybody agreed a lot with Jazz Monet. But as you were saying, you had your own thoughts, you had your own feelings about people and things. And so when you addressed them, you was addressing it solely for you versus the
Right.
group. And so I
Right.
think that is where the disconnect comes in.
Right. I can see what you're saying, but you want to know what's another thing? And it's funny that you said that because you said she was the voice of the group because a lot of times, and I'm still that way to this day, I don't speak on what doesn't need to, what I feel don't need to be spoken on until I feel like it's that time to speak on it.
Yeah.
So I'm not with the talking, too much of the talking. You see what I'm saying? So that's why, but see, that's what I'm saying. Me being in it, I felt like me and Jazz Monet balanced each other out because
Hmm.
she, wherever, like, and I'm always real receptive to shit. Like, you see what I'm saying? So, okay,
Yeah.
bet. Yes, I have my own perceptions on things, but I'm still open to what my friend is thinking as well.
Yeah.
So maybe she might come to me and have me looking at it like, oh, you know what? Well, you're right. But at the end of the day, I'm like I said, like that's why I felt like when I came out with us being a wolf pack, I'm always gonna have that energy. So people, and like I said, till this day, I'm 35 years old. You can never come between me and my people and my space and think Tiana's not gonna fall in line. So
Yeah.
I'm always gonna fall in line. I feel as if even even remember the Andrea situation that took place, right? She went home.
Yes.
And that's when I realized I never thought of myself as the leader of no house. Like that never was my mindset until that situation took place where I thought, okay, well, I really do have an impact on what's taking place because for me,
Yeah.
and I was truly just playing with Andrea. I never wanted like I liked Andrea. I thought she was a little off, but I come from the hood. Like you see what I'm saying? I got a whole bunch of people around me that's like people can consider off. So I loved her, and I meant no disrespect by what I was doing. But when she left, she was like, "Well, once I have a problem with Tiana, everybody's gonna switch up on me." And I'm like, "Well, it was unfortunate that she thought that way." You see what I'm saying? Because I can't control how they feel about me. I can't control if I go to the girls and telling them I'm feeling this way about this person and whatever it is that they want to do. Even back to what happened with remember with Shanae and Stephanie. And remember I was in a room with Shanae and I kept trying to talk to Shanae and Gigi kept coming in the room and I'm like, Gigi, let me talk to her and have my one-on-one conversation with her without anybody else. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like I can't control what somebody else does. Like, you
Hmm.
see what I'm saying? All I can really do is be like, listen, I'm your friend, respect me, let me have this conversation with her. But whatever transpires and goes on from there, I have no control over. Like we all
Right.
grown. So I just think that that's what you really have to accept when you get into TV, and also understand that perception is really it's subjective. It really is subjective, and people are always going to have their own way of thinking, and you cannot control that, nor can you hold on to it and allow it to define how you feel about yourself or what you think about yourself.
Absolutely. 100%. And you even saying this now lets it even be known. Like, really, it's noticeable how, like, um, mentally strong and the fortitude that you have when it comes down to life because as you said you're not allowing what the world is perceiving of you to basically skew what you know of who you are,
Right.
and I can respect that 100%. So I want to deep dive further in this whole production aspect of stuff because you kind of touched it a little bit, basically saying like production would call y'all on the back end and be like, hey,
Yeah.
it's boring, you need some drama, whatever. And there's been a lot of conversations about the fact that production would kind of stir the pot in the BGC world a lot. And I felt as though y'all's season was probably the most contrived, just based off of how some things played out. Elaborate on maybe one particular situation that you can think of that maybe production kind of involved themselves in, that could have maybe could basically fuel the misconception of you for the season.
The misconception. Okay. Let me tell you this. I don't think it was one instance. I think they knew. So you see how my nickname was the hothead?
Yeah.
I think that because they already perceived me as that, they knew that when they got me in that green screen room, that they can feed me certain things in my head and know that if I tell Tiana this, I know for a fact she gonna go back into the house and so that's where I think a lot of the things came from because when you sit in that green room, number one, they feeding you liquor, right? You bent. Now they're rereading what took place, right? Because you probably remember bits and pieces of stuff, but now that they're rereading it verbatim, but also giving you their input, like they would, like I said, they would do things like that. They would literally go, Tiana, Janelle said this to you, and I'm like, she said what? They reread it, and I'm like, she said that. They like, yeah, and we just felt like we casted you on this show because we felt like you were the type of person that would speak up for yourself or would be very vocal, and we didn't feel like in that instance you were. So now in
Mm.
my head, I'm looking at it like, so if they looking at it like that, then the people at home is gonna see it the same way. So now I gotta go back and speak on it. Like you see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
you know what bothered me too as well was okay, that whole situation with Sarah, right? And us jumping or jumping on Sarah, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, they made it seem like when Sarah came downstairs to me and Stephanie and was like, oh, you guys pulled out my hair, like I just was copping the plea. Like, no. In that certain situation, I told her, like, listen, yeah, I pulled your hair. And if you want to get the one on because I pulled your hair, then we can do that. But it made it seem like nobody called her out on it and she went upstairs and her and Mylan fought when I'm like, I called her out on it. Like whatever it is that I did, I'm definitely gonna stand on it. Like you see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I just think that they chose bits and pieces on what they wanted to show, or like I said, it's a show, so they wanted to me to be viewed in a certain light. So it was certain bits and pieces that they would take out or they would put in, and I don't. And to be honest with you, I don't think I was really the villain in any situation. So
So I don't think so. Like,
I really don't. I don't think that I was just out here picking on people and just being a fucking meanie. Like I really wasn't. So, I guess, and you know what's the funny thing? I feel like it bothered me that people thought that I was following behind Jasmine.
mm-hmm.
I didn't understand that concept because I'm like, well, how? Like, I would rewatch it. Like, I still rewatch I rewatch it just to laugh at me because I'm like, Tiana, what the fuck was you saying? It's hilarious. But I just never understood how people viewed me as following behind Jasmine when I always had a mind of my own. Like, but I don't, to answer your question, you was pretty much saying like how did I feel like they put like, painted me to be like the bad guy or how they like reconstructed things. I just think that um they could have included a bit more. So you can have a more perspective of what's actually was taking place opposed to taking out bits and pieces and constructing it in a way where it's like, okay, well, this took place and we're gonna edit this out, but add this in and try to reconstruct an entire storyline when that's not how it took place. So of course, people are gonna look at me crazy. Did I answer your question?
You did, yes. Yes, absolutely. And that's what I always wanted to know because, like I said, there's always been this running trend and conversation about how not only does production willfully kind of like starts issues amongst the girls, but with the editing of it all, y'all basically are the ones who have to take the fall for the actions, right? And
Right.
so I always wanted to like gauge what did you feel about that? So, if there was something that happened within the season that you can think of that you maybe could change, what would
Change.
that be? Mhm.
I would definitely change whipping, jumping Haley out like she was back in Harlem in the
Oh,
hood.
y'all did her in, no
We
lies. I,
listen, Jatavia, when they the way we did her like we was in New York was crazy. Like
yes.
we did not have to do homegirl like that. Like we did not. But once she punched Jazz Monet in the eye and her shit was looking like that, it was over. Like
It was
then she didn't want
over.
to clean. She didn't want to clean up her throw up.
Ugh.
Girl, you got this motherfucking house twisted. And then was popping shit. Niggas is like, what, bitch? You bugging? Like it's so crazy watching it because we really like it. Really remind like, listen. Ever since I was a kid, like I was jumping in fights like this. You're not gonna hurt my people and think that you're getting away with it. Like
Right.
it's not happening. So, and I'm just watching. When I rewatch it, I'm looking at Benzie with the chicken bone in her mouth hitting her. I'm like, we did that, girl. She did not. She didn't deserve that. She
Yeah.
didn't deserve that. Now everything else, I feel like was warranted. I don't give a fuck.
So you fine with everything reference to Janelle. Like you good.
I think yeah, I don't. Yes, I feel like to be honest with you, like me and Janelle had our own conversation when we was on All Star Battle, right? Because like I said, I truly think Janelle is a I think she's a pretty girl. I think she's very pretty. I never hated on her. That's why when she used to be like bitches is hating. I never came to Janelle was hating on her unless the only thing I ever hated on was that wig she had on the show. Hated it. Hated it.
Yes.
But other than that, I thought Janelle was funny. I thought she was pretty. I thought her complexion was pretty. Like Janelle has some nice, pretty titties too. Like I never hated on her. So it was just I didn't like what she gave. Like you see what I'm saying? I just didn't like what Janelle was. But like and the shit popping and like you don't come into a space acting like that. I don't care what nobody say. You thought she was hot shit, and that's what I say all the time. People think they tough till you meet somebody bigger than you, till you meet somebody that's gonna match that same energy. If you're not that type of girl and you don't like, and Janelle was, she never gave me, she was a, like, I really was in school, and I wasn't no Layla Ali. I got my ass whipped a few times, but I was in school like I wasn't letting people play with me.
Yeah.
Janelle always gave me, she was a cute, prissy girl that never got into a fight a day in her life. So why come on Bad Girls Club and give bitches that really been in the trenches that type of energy and think that, and then want to play victim like we hating on you? That's why I didn't like Janelle.
Yeah.
Was never about the fact that she didn't want niggas to drink her juice. I just felt like if you gonna be tough, stand on it. But don't act all cute and all that behind doors and then play victim and act like. And then my thing is, you coming into the Bad Girls Club. I don't care what nobody say. You gotta have some type of thick skin. You can't come into the Bad Girls Club or even baddies and be like, I'm too cute. I don't do this shit when you already know what you signed up for. It's weird to me. It's
Yeah.
weird. So that's what I didn't like. Like, don't pop your shit and then come into, even hoe on baddies now. Like, and no hater. I'm never a hater. But Natalie, you gonna curve me. You gonna curve me and say I was boring on the OnlyFans thing that we did for the pilot of Zeus, and put Janelle on there because that's your friend, but I'm boring. Janelle pretty much showed on this on Baddies USA that this bitch don't need to be. She put her on Housewives or something. She don't need to
Yes.
be on no motherfucking Baddies.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that I do too, but I'm not letting bitches play with me too much. Win, lose, or draw, you're not talking to me crazy. I'm not copping no pleas to nobody. I'm not doing none of that, bitch. You gonna stand strong, you Janelle. I'm coming in here. I'm gonna say what I mean what I say. I'm not gonna be reneging on what I say. Like, pack her up. She blew minds on Baddies USA. I was looking forward to clapping for her. She blew minds. Pack that
Yes.
bitch up. She only proved my point. Thank you. Thanks for coming out, girl. Don't bring her back. Don't bring her back.
I live. I can't. Okay. So, which honestly, I was going to ask, like, you said that you spoke to Janelle on All Star Battle. That was the last time y'all ever had any interaction?
No, we had an interaction for the baddies
The
premiere.
OnlyFans, yes. Oh, the
No, the
premiere?
premiere. I went to the premiere.
The Baddies
And
USA premiere?
no, not the USA. The premiere when baddies ever first came out.
Baddies ATL.
Yes, I went to that premiere because I was living
Okay.
in Georgia, and we seen each other. But it was just really like, hey, like, hey, how you doing? Or whatever the case may be, it was just really, it's always like that with me and Janelle. It's not really like a key with me and her. I feel like, but I also feel like Janelle will always view me a certain way, so she always would treat me a certain way. So I feel like, when I see her, I feel the energy. I'm very big on, I know what's going on. I'm not stupid. I have a
Mhm.
discernment. So I can see she's not really too much a big fan of mine, and I be acting the same way with her. Like you know how you in New York we do this, like you give niggas the heads up like that. Yeah, that's me and Janelle. Oh, hey, what up? Keep it pushing.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
outside of Janelle, is there any other of the Bad Girls Club girls from your season 11, that you still are cool with, talk to?
To be completely honest with you, no, because Tiana be in her own little bubble, and
Okay.
I'm real funny with people, and I think that that's a blessing and a curse for me because it's not too many people that has proximity to me.
Hmm.
So I feel like because I've gotten older, I feel like I don't like to question people's motives. I don't want to feel like, you don't never really know why people want to be in your space. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Right.
And it don't feel comfortable with me, especially with me having children. It's not just about me, no, but it's about my kids. So I don't really fuck with people too much. Now, the only person that I really do want to get next to is Gigi. Me and Jazz Monet, let me be 1000% honest. Me and Jazz Monet have connected a few times. I went to Cali a few times. I seen Janae. I met her daughter. I mean, Jazz Monet met her daughter. Um, me and Jazz Monet even talked about living together, but some things transpired, and I still don't know to this day if it's true or not. But I just chose to, stay my way, and it's no love lost. I love her. But after the show, I didn't speak to Stephanie. I thought Stephanie was corny after the show. I just thought Stephanie was, I didn't really care for her too much.
Wow. I mean, and
Yeah, I
that's so
thought Stephanie was
interesting.
corny. Benzie is cool, like you see what I'm saying, but I never see myself like hanging out with Benzie outside of the show.
Yeah.
But like I said, we're older now, so I don't know what everybody is giving. But the people that I do speak to is like Stephanie from BGC 10. Like I speak to Stephanie, me and Sarah. Like Sarah, she brought stuff for my son. Like she got stuff for like me and Sarah, like that. I would consider that a friend. I done hung out with Judy outside of the show. Like, but my season, not really. Nah,
Okay.
not really.
Okay. Well, before we get off of the BGC 11, I want you to be honest. Do you feel like anybody got a better edit or a more generous edit, and they didn't deserve that edit?
Hmm. I think Stephanie did, because they should have exposed that bitch for being a pussy Clyde.
Oh,
That bitch was not, Stephanie was not about that life. The only reason
oh,
why Stephanie stepped up at the end and for Shanae was because they kept telling her she really like didn't make any impact on the show. Like, I just thought it was weird that she fought Shanae, especially when Gigi wanted to fight her. Like, so why was you going in there to fight? I just thought it was weird. I just really didn't care for her, and I felt like they should have exposed Stephanie for being that. Stephanie didn't want no problems with nobody. She spoke a good one, but Stephanie was non-violent, Martin Luther King Jr. And and then she took her opportunity to be like, you know what, I can't leave this show without fighting. And that's why I felt like she did what she did with Shanae. And Shanae busted her all upside her head anyway, too. Not to be mean, but that was not the fight you should have tried to get yourself into, Pookie Butt. No, Pookie Butt. No.
no shade. Shanae really had showed them something. Like they thought that she was
Shanae was
pushing.
tired. She was tired. Shout out to Shanae, too, because I always like, and that's another thing I always like, when I do, I speak on it. That's one thing that I do feel like I want to take back with Shanae, because I do feel as if I was the one when everything started to turn on Shanae. Like, I was the one who was still trying to get everybody to be like, maybe she going through something, like, because Shanae reminded me of myself in some type, in some ways where you get depressed. You see what I'm saying? Like, I could see certain traits about her that I could relate to. So that's why I was more so like, let me talk to her, let me have my own relationship with her or whatever. But when she was when and she, like I said, I feel like the only reason why I feel so bad is because I feel like Shanae is a great person. I feel like she's a great friend. Even till this day, like Shanae has always been super supportive of me. Like, and even, and I'm not even trying to put my business out there, but I am. I used to be, I was beefing with my child's father, and I had put myself in some type of situation where he kicked me out. So I had to go to Shanae's house. Like Shanae, like, her and I were like, we were friends, and she just always was like very supportive. And I feel like that's one thing, how God shows you, like, okay, you did this, but let me show you. And I feel like that's what he did with Shanae. Like, I didn't, if that day I had to choose, I didn't have to jump in that fight with Shanae and Gigi and Stephanie. That wasn't my place to jump in at. If they was gonna do what they did, they should have did that. I should have been there to break it up and be neutral, opposed to
Hmm.
inserting myself into something, because I felt like loyalty or whatever the case may be. But yeah, to answer your question, Stephanie, they edited her and made her seem like she was just, she ain't have to do too much, and they should have exposed her ass. I don't care. They should have exposed her.
Yeah, no shade. Because even looking back when the trailer came out, that little part where Stephanie got into it with Shanae was in the trailer. But when you watch the entire season, Shanae, like Stephanie didn't do anything. Like, so I can
Nothing.
definitely feel exactly what you're saying.
Yes, all she did was run that la boca. That's it. Run that la boca.
I
Let me tell you. She used to
cannot.
get on my nerves. Even on the show, I didn't even want to chill with her sometimes. Like, she used to blow mine. Like, I don't even want to be her. I knew I wasn't going to be her friend after the show. Then when her and Gigi started beefing, I was egging it on. Like, yeah, Gigi, don't
Mhm.
touch that bitch, because, I wasn't a fan of Stephanie's at all.
Considering that you had those feelings for her, like, why is it that it didn't translate on the show as it, like how someone else did? Like, for instance, when you had your thoughts about Janelle, is there a reason why you didn't express those feelings to Stephanie the same way you did with Janelle?
You know why? Because never really thought about that. But now that
Mhm.
I do think about it, I just always looked at Stephanie that was. I felt like me bringing it. I was being fake, to be honest. I really didn't like Stephanie too much. I think I tolerated her because she never did anything wrong to me.
Mhm.
So I was tolerating her, and like I said, I think it was being fake because if I really did consider her a friend, I think that's a conversation I would have had with her. Like, listen, I don't really, like the way you moving or whatever. I just really was just like, she taking up space. I'm gonna leave her alone. And I also didn't want to pick a fight with her too because I just felt like it wouldn't be fair if you ask me. I don't like I say I don't be trying to flex like I could beat bitches up, but I didn't want no problems with her because I really didn't think she could do too much with me. I just left her alone. I'm just like, let her do what she got to do. She here. Stephanie was a non-factor to me, to be honest. Like we interacted, but she really wasn't a factor. I didn't feel like I needed to express too much to her, or I guess we allowed her. You know how like you have that person that they just skate on by, like they just have that quality to be able to just like that's what she gave. Like she did just enough for people to like her and not go against her. Like you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So, that's really what it was like with her. So.
that makes sense. That completely makes sense. So let's jump into All Star Battle a little bit. Now, All Star Battle definitely was one of my favorite shows, because at that time, competition shows were my thing. And I felt like them doing All Star Battle was just such a thing. Like, it was like, oh my God, this is so tea. Like, a perfect All Stars. First season was tea, but then the second season come around and you got the call to be a part of All Star Battle. How did you feel about like signing on for this style show since it's so different from Bad Girls Club?
I was a bit more excited to do All Star Battle because number one, I'm a fan of Challenge. The Challenge was one of my favorite shows. I
Yeah.
love the Challenge. So when it was like come and win some money, I'm like, fuck it, like why not? But then I was just excited to have an opportunity to be on TV again that they even considered me. So I was just ready. I was ready to get on it. But like what's okay, so go ahead. Wait if you have another question, because I was about to go into something else rambling.
Oh no, you're good. Go ahead. Do your
No, I
thing.
was gonna say like, so when they first called me, remember, Sarah and I wasn't the best of friends.
Right.
She reaches out to me on Instagram. She like, Tiana, did you get the call for All Star Battle? And I'm like, yeah. She like, we should talk. So now Sarah and I, we get on the phone and she like, Tiana, listen, she like, we gonna get on the show. We should leave everything to the side. We push everything to the side. She like, we should team up and work together. So she was like, we should meet up in Georgia and try to come up with a plan or whatever to like, work with each other. We never got the chance to do it. But I always bring that up because it stood out to me. The fact that her and I had the relationship that we had from Bad Girls Club, right? Spoke on the phone, never got to meet up with each other, got in the house, created this undeniable bond, this strong bond with each other, and made it to the end together. Was crazy to me.
That is insane.
I just thought that was crazy. Like, and mind you, we didn't plan it. It wasn't like something like, it was just like and that okay, you know what? To go back to one of those questions that you told me, that you asked me, I regret switching up on Sarah.
Mm.
I regret that on BGC 11 because I felt like Sarah was a great addition to BGC 11. I feel as if Sarah had the type of personality where everybody doesn't gravitate to her, but to know Sarah is to love her. She
Hmm.
never came from Sarah was just blunt, and we didn't like that because her mouth was just like, Sarah just said what the fuck she wanted to say, even though it may not have been the best thing. She wasn't speaking no fucking, she wasn't speaking anything that was false. Everything that she said was fact, and it was her opinion. But we didn't have to do her the way we did her. And that's one thing at the top of my list, the very top of my list that I regret with Sarah, because I feel like it would have been a great season with her a part of it as well. I really do.
Yeah. I
I really,
love that because I definitely felt like I said Sarah definitely is one of those characters with a personality that is very captivating and it can also be
right.
read in different ways. Like you said, like either you like her or you don't, only because of like that first impression. But as you just said, to know her is to love her. And I feel like she's one of those people, like once you get past that exterior of the eccentricness of it all, you realize that this person not only is a human, but they have a kind spirit.
Right. Very kind spirit. Very. Like Sarah would give you the motherfucking shirt off her back. You know how people say that she really will, and that's one thing that I regret. But yeah, so back to BGC All Star Battle. Yes. So I was really happy about that. Like I was really happy that that was the outcome for Sarah and I. Like because to me it just showed me that God always confirmed to me everything.
Uh-oh.
Hold on. Yeah,
Oh,
my
you're good.
fault.
You
God
guys.
always confirms to me everything, but that was just confirmation that what's for you is always going to be for you. You just have to believe in yourself. You can't give up on yourself. But also, Sarah was my bitch. Like, is she still? I love me some Sarah. I love Sarah. I love
I
her so
will.
much. But yeah, we can move on.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so when you came into
Oh, I
All
can't
Star
hear
Battle,
you. Hold on, I can't hear
uh-oh,
you.
you probably have to drop down and come back up.
Hold on, why I can't hear you?
Okay, it's probably because you got a call. She'll be back in a second, everybody. Oh my goodness. How's everybody feeling? Again, if you're ready to have questions for Tiana, we'll be answering them soon. So be on the lookout, be present, send it all to the people that we're chatting today. Welcome back.
All right, I'm here. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're good.
I'm so sorry. But
You're
yes,
good.
okay, hold
But
on. Let me.
no, so the question is basically like, okay, going into All Star Battle, obviously, at the time of All Star Battle, your season was more of the like newer ones compared to some of the other people who was a part of All Star Battle that season with you. Were you intimidated in any fashion coming into this new situation? And did you also feel underestimated as well? Because again, you were more of like one of the newer bad girls.
I was very much intimidated just off the strength that I was on there with Rocky. I was on
Yes.
there. I was on there with Shannon. I just think being on a challenge show with Rocky can be intimidating in itself. So, and I already was intimidated as well because I'm like, first of all, even though I have this athletic or slim build, I've never really like did those type of challenges. I never did strenuous things or so I was just very like I was already down on myself from the beginning. Like, okay, well, I don't really know if I'm capable of doing this, but I know that I'm gonna put my 1000% in everything that I do. So that really was my whole mindset, just going into it. And what was the second part of the question that you asked me?
Did you feel underestimated?
I didn't feel underestimated until I was losing the motherfucking challenges back then. When I was losing the motherfucking challenges, I was like, all right, Tiana, now you look mother. Like, I was so hard on myself. I was really hard on myself, like, very hard. Like, it was just, but like I said, it went the way it was supposed to go because I needed to be underestimated because they let my ass fly right on to the end.
Yes, which you won, which is like, how did you feel about winning? Like, were you shocked? Were you like, any type of surprise? Like, did you feel like, okay, is y'all duping me? You know what I mean? Like, how did you feel?
So, okay, I felt okay right before we did the actual finale, right?
Hmm.
As you guys seen, I was in that closet crying. Like I was ready to go. I was ready to go home. Pack me up. I'm like, I'm embarrassing my brothers. I haven't won any challenge. And it was the producers, like especially the producers. It was the way he was talking to me. Like he was like, Tiana, listen, you don't he like, I don't think it's smart for you to go home right now. He said, you don't even know what the final challenge is. He kept saying, you don't know what the final challenge is. You should give yourself a chance. Like, and I think that all right, so I did cheat on that last little final.
Not you, changed.
I did because remember when we had to do the Tetris pieces?
Yes.
So when we had to do those Tetris pieces, I looked at Sarah's, because you know how you have like a commercial break? We had an actual commercial break during that challenge. I looked at Sarah's and that's how I built my steps to go to that other challenge.
Okay.
So, because I wasn't figuring I couldn't get how to do the stairs. But I think that all right, I'm gonna be honest. I knew I was going to win because I got this thing with numbers ever since I've been a kid. Like if numbers add up to 3, 6, or 9 for me, I know that it's good for me. So I could watch a movie, and if the house number ends in a 3, 6, or 9, I feel like it's a good house. If it ends in another number, this is just my head. Everybody may not understand it. That's how my brain works. Those last few numbers at that last challenge, we had to break the concrete. It ended, and I don't remember what the numbers was. It ended in either 3 or 6. I knew I was gonna win. It ended in one of those numbers. It was 4 4 something something. It ended in a certain, and maybe it was the 4 4 because my birthday is April 4th. It was something about those numbers where I was like, okay, I'm gonna win. I'm gonna find this final number. Like I just knew I was going to win it. Like, but yeah, I be dragging on. I know you be asking me questions and I be going somewhere else.
No, you're good. You are good. I live for the detail. But that's so interesting that you say that. Like, you, when it came down to it, I think a lot of people probably underestimated you. Like, because we're going to be honest about it. Shows like this, when you have like all stars, they always try to like put in like those big names. So again, like a Megan or a Rocky.
Camila.
Camila, but then you have other characters who they just in their mind just throwing them in there as kind of like filler characters for the situation,
Right.
not realizing that y'all are main characters too, but y'all
Period.
because of how they set y'all up, y'all they don't even realize that. And that's what I feel like that's another reason why you won. Because as you said, like it came off as that people were underestimating you. You wasn't on the forefront of their mind, but it benefited you in the long run.
Right, exactly. I was not at the, and then the fact that I kept losing only, only how you say it, it only, what's that word I'm looking for? It only, pretty much it made it like it pretty much how I'm trying to say it. I had a little drinks, y'all.
You good.
It only okay, so them already underestimating me and me losing the challenges only egged it on. Like you see what I'm saying?
Yes, it added fuel
So
to the fire.
yes, so it only made it seem like okay, well, what we already think about Tiana is actually facts because she's
Yeah.
not showing up. And that's why I'm a firm believer in that everything that happens to you is for you because me losing every challenge is why they kept me to the end because everybody thought let's keep Tiana because I have a better chance of winning because she don't win shit.
Yeah.
So it was fucked up because that's how people thought about me and I wasn't winning shit. But in all reality, when it came to that thinking, it didn't come to that motherfucking strenuous and putting in the physical work. It came to that mental. So that's why they gave me them puzzles. Once they gave me them puzzles, but don't get me wrong, that motherfucking sledgehammer in that concrete had this motherfucking triceps looking crazy when I went
Okay.
home.
I
I was
live.
looking, but I was so happy. Like I was so happy because it only confirmed who I already thought of myself to be. Like I can do anything that I put my mind to. Like no, seriously.
Yes, absolutely. So when you won, I know we touched about it earlier about when after you won and you won that money, you didn't really focus on yourself like you could have.
Right.
Um, Elaborate, like once you won, left the show, you got your check. What was the first thing you did?
Okay, so all right, so to be pretty, completely honest, they had this situation where they didn't want me to get the money until I did the reunion.
Okay.
So I was in a bind, Craig. I was in a bind. So
Yes.
I'm like, y'all gotta send me check, like y'all gotta send me payments of my money every month so I'm able to survive out here. Like you see what I'm saying? So that's how it went initially. So
Hmm.
they were literally like I had to speak to the lawyers and stuff, and they were literally sending me checks of my money every month so I was able to survive until the reunion came where they were able to. Because I didn't. So we filmed that October. I didn't get my check until May of that. Yes,
Following year?
yes. Yes.
What?
Yes, I didn't get the check. So, and then the whole taxes thing, I had to pay taxes on it. But that was another thing that fucked me up too because Sarah was telling me, like, she was like, "Well,
Hmm.
Tiana, when you win that money, she was like, you should open up an LLC, and she was like, you should put it into your bank account in a business account so you're able to gift it to your business so it can be tax free money." I didn't listen. I didn't listen to her. I did it a whole different way. So now I'm still paying the taxes off to this day on that shit.
Really?
Because I didn't. I was 22 years old, and that's the funny thing. I feel like people always want to bring that up, like, oh, especially in my comments. Till this day, there's people who write me DMs about cursing my children, and they hope my children get this, and oh, you didn't do this with the money or whatever. And I'm like, first of all, you have to pay attention to the factors. Like, yes, I'm smart. However, I'm a 22-year-old receiving all of this bread, right?
Yeah.
And I have no guidance. I have no family that come from money that can teach me how to allocate my funds and also invest my funds. I'm learning as I go.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I think. And to be honest with it, I think that has always been like a kryptonite for me. And that's why I never really tried to, like, I always was afraid of, like, going back out there because I'm like, I hated that question. Well, what did you do with the money? Because I made so many motherfucking mistakes, like, with it. And then, like, and people mind, I have nothing to show for it because I'm not showing people what. And my thing is, you don't know what the fuck you don't know what trust funds I done created for my child. You don't know what I have going on or what the things I did with a little bit of money that I did actually, invest, in certain things that I needed to invest into. But my thing is just like I always tried to avoid that question because I'm like, people just think you get $100,000. It's $100,000 of free money to do whatever it is that you want to do at your will at 22 years old. So yes, I made crucial mistakes with my money. However, I just think that that transpired and that took place the way it was supposed to, and it happened for me to teach me about financial literacy as well, to also understand my strengths and my, how you say it, and my weaknesses when it comes to money. And that whole situation was just it was really like a life lesson for me. So yeah, it was, and another thing too was to make sure my brothers are good. But what's the funny thing about it too is, like, as much as you want to help your brothers and do what it is that you have to do for your family, you cannot, um, how you say it, you can't defeat, like, what's destined. You know what I'm saying? Like, so as much as I wanted to uplift my brothers and do certain things for them or whatever the case may be, they still have their own paths.
Yeah.
So, you know, um, yeah, but I'm pretty much over that because I really, what's the funny thing? I was before you and I had this interview, and I was talking to you. Well, we chopping it up, and I was talking to you. I was telling you, I was like, well, I was thinking about. I swear, I was gonna hit you up, and I was like, I want to avoid the question about the money. But then I
Hmm.
was like, you know what? I'm not gonna shy away from it because I've been asked 1,000 times, and I don't know why people are so obsessed about what I did. When niggas need to be worrying about how they obtain their own fucking bread. Like, obtain your own $100,000, and you do what you need to do with it, and then holla at me. Like, you see what I'm saying? So
Yes.
yeah, that's pretty much that's how that go.
No, and I feel it, and I respect the fact that you chose to really like deal with it head on because it's real shit. Like we are specifically Black people, we don't. A lot of us don't get the opportunity to really learn financial literacy.
Hmm.
Unless we're actually taking a course or unless we
Right,
actually have a family that comes from money, we don't
right,
always get the tools set for us. And then, as you said at the time, you were 21, 22 years old. You were thrusted into this new life experience that nobody, prepared you for.
right.
And so, I will never fault you for the mistakes that you made. Because again, I feel like mistakes are a part of your journey, number
The
one. And then
process.
number two, like you don't learn without making mistakes.
Right,
And
right.
so for me, I would say, you went through that, as you said, it's like everything that happened to you is technically for you because you were
Yeah.
able to grow from that. So I commend you for growing, evolving, and what you did with your money is your business.
Right.
You want it.
Exactly. Exactly.
So it is what it is. So after the life experience of All Star Battle, obviously you went back into like the mundane world.
Uh-huh.
And what can you kind of elaborate to us life after fame? Like
Life
what do you
after
think?
fame? Oh, I'm
Yeah,
listening.
because do you people because people think that reality TV equals money forever. Like in
Oh
your
no.
mind, what did you take from it?
What I took from it was, okay, so let me say this. If I had to give anybody advice, right, that was in the reality TV world, and they had, say for instance, you're done with a show, but now like the way these reality TV shows are being produced, you always got fucking work. So, but during that time, I just feel like it was that time, like like I said earlier, that time was for me to seek out any and all opportunities that benefited me, and I didn't do that. I was
Hmm.
just really focused on, like, I think I was paranoid. I didn't like people, random people just coming up to me on the street. I didn't like it. I felt unsafe, and I think that my whole mindset should have been elevating opposed to preserving. I
Mm.
was trying to preserve Tiana. I was trying to preserve who I am. I wanted my friends and my family to still see me as the same Tiana when I should have never, I shouldn't have given a fuck about that. It should have been about the elevation, not the preservation of me. Right?
Mm.
And that's what I think I really messed up at. And life after reality TV has, for the most part, it was traumatic. Like I told you, I was in very, and like I said, God, and people say that like the devil comes in and tries, but I also think God does bring hardship to you too, because he knows who you are. He knows what he sees in you and what he wants you to see in yourself. I'm not trying to get religious or spiritual, but
Do your
I'm
thing, girl.
I'm really, like, I'm a firm believer in that, and I feel like God has always been a huge influence in my life. Like, and he has always, like, if nobody believed in me, it was him and Tiana who believed in myself. So and I'm only saying that to say, after getting on TV, it wasn't the time to be focused on men or relationship. It was really the time to focus on my elevation, and it was traumatic for me. Like, it really was traumatic. I don't think I lost I lost my sense of self after being on
Mm.
TV. Like, after not doing what I was supposed to do with the majority of the money, and now I feel like I'm back at square one. I got to figure out how I'm gonna make this bread. Now I'm pregnant. I'm in this tumultuous, toxic relationship. It was just so much that I was taking on at
Mm.
one time that I didn't feel like I was worthy to be
Mm.
in the limelight. I was embarrassed. I didn't want people to see my truth. I didn't, and what's the funny thing? And I think about it today because I'm like, people become viral nowadays just sharing their story, being vulnerable. And I never could get myself to do it because I felt like what I'm dealing with is for me to handle, and I didn't want to be the laughing stock of,
Mm.
especially when I came from that, growing up and not having anything and people laughing at you, and to go from here to be on TV to accomplish what you accomplished, and now you fucked up and you're back down. It was hard for me to even fathom, like, getting back on TV or just being in the limelight because I was so disappointed with who I was and who I became.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna tell you this as as words of encouragement. Number one, you said something that was very poignant was that yes, the devil comes in and tries to, throw things off, mess with your life and mental and all the things. But God also comes into those spaces with hardships because it's not that he's throwing trauma or issues in your life. He knows that you already are going to be experiencing those things. And he also knows that he's instilled with you the necessary tools to deal with them.
Right,
And so God gives his toughest battles to his strongest warriors. And he knew that you was going to be able to make through it, hence the reason why you're here today.
right, right,
And so I just want to let you know, like, all of your experiences, regardless of mistakes or not, that not only did they lead you to where you are, but it's a, I guess you could say it's your testimony in the sense of the woman that you became.
Right.
You know, so I just
Right.
wanted to throw that out there because
Thank you.
everything for you, it regardless of how bad it was, baby, you did your thing.
Right, right,
You
right.
did your thing.
Thank you. Thank
Of
you. And
course.
I'm happy where I am today too. Like I'm in love with me. You know, and to the viewers who are watching this, yeah, I was telling Jatavia, I'm like, y'all see all this weight that I gained? Like, it's new. I just feel like I'm like entering a new stage of my life.
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed of the mistakes that I make. I'm not ashamed of my past, and I'm truly grateful, thankful, and proud of myself for the things that I did accomplish. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, I really do. You know, for me to even turn on Roku TV and I be playing on the motherfucking TV, I'm like, all right, Tiana, this is what you wanted to accomplish, and you did that. So let's
Yes.
you see what I'm saying? So I don't beat myself up. And you know what? Also, too, I know who I am, and I know what I'm destined to be. So
Mhm.
I don't allow what's currently taking place to take on my like who my destiny. You know.
Absolutely.
So it's only up from here. Like, and once I figure out, things, and it don't necessarily have to be for TV. Like, I just graduated school a few months ago for phlebotomy, so I'm really
Congratulations.
thank you. I'm just really trying to like do things differently. I want to open up businesses. I already have like an LLC or whatever, but in Georgia. But it's like I didn't really do too much with it. However, I just think that me being, like I said, me being 35, I just have so many ideas that I'm not just thinking about, but that I am working towards. And I look forward to the future. I know that I'm going to do some amazing things. Like, I really do. And I am.
You will. You absolutely will. And so let's get into obviously continuing on talking about after All Star Battle, after Bad Girls Club. We're going to talk about the viral moment that you had where
Yeah.
somebody saw you working at Starbucks.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I want you to kind of like expand a little bit. Of course, you don't have to tell every single detail about how we got to that point, but explain to me in that moment in time where this situation went viral and that happened, what was your thought process like? And did it affect you in like a negative way?
It did. I was
Mhm.
distraught
Mm,
because I felt as if, you know what? Okay, let me tell you this. And this is me being 1000% honest. It took me back to that feeling that I felt when I was growing up and I didn't have much.
mm-hmm.
I felt like people were gonna judge me and pick on me and make fun of me, and I was like, I didn't think the crazy thing, Jatavia, is I did not think that it would go viral. So I'm thinking this person is just, I'm working hard. Like, I'm really like, listen, I was motherfucking like 8 months pregnant at that time. Like, working, like, and I'm telling you, I didn't have a car, right? I didn't have a car because I could go. It's a lot. I didn't have a car, so I'm in Georgia. I'm taking the MARTA, picking up my daughter from school. I'm doing all of this on foot while I'm 8 months pregnant. So I'm going to work, doing this shift. Mind you, I got to pick my daughter up from school. I don't have nobody to watch my child, so I'm bringing her to work with me. So yes, it was a lot. So now, mind you, I'm pregnant and I'm in a abusive relationship. So it was just everything was like crashing down on me. So when that thing went viral, I was like, I just wanted to hide and go, like, and just, I wanted to hide from the world.
Mm,
However, look how God works. I was trying to figure out, okay, I'm working. I know that I have to get out this relationship. I got to move back to, I gotta leave this. I gotta leave Georgia because I didn't feel safe. My kids, I didn't feel safe for my child, my daughter. I'm pregnant. I'm like, I gotta get out of here. So I gotta save my money. However, at the same time, I'm like, okay, I still have to buy stuff for my son. My son, I have to provide for my child.
yeah.
So, somebody told me after the video went viral to put up um a registry. When I say everybody, the That's why I feel like God came into make that happen for a reason, because people paid for everything that I was worried about my son having. People gifted me
That's
just
amazing.
off this video. So, and then another thing about it too was a lot of times I feel like me going viral at that time was for me to seize that opportunity to try to create something out of that as well. And you know, I was just like I said, I just felt so defeated. I was in a very negative headspace and survival mode. That yeah, I could have did so much with that, because I had so many DMs of people wanting to interview me, people doing this, people doing that,
Yeah.
and I just was like, you know what? Let me just make a video explaining, explaining whatever transpired, and thanking people for donating to my registry, but I really wasn't trying to do too much like in the light after that situation happened, because I just felt defeated. I felt embarrassed. I
Yeah.
felt violated. I felt like somebody came into my own personal space and took an opportunity to demean me. That's how I felt. I didn't feel like he came from a good place when he did that video. I feel like he was trying to be like, "Oh, look who I caught working at Starbucks." That's how it came.
Hmm. Yeah. So what do you want to like what do you wish people would understand about working and surviving, especially post being on a national syndicated TV show? What do you want to say about that?
What I want to say is that listen, it happens. And I think that it shouldn't, okay, and you know what? Let me speak to Tiana. Let me speaking out, all right, so let me speak to my present self speaking to the past, right? I would tell Tiana, like, listen, girl, it happens. And I feel like I would rather you be out here working hard and making sure that you and your child and your future child that's, to be are
Hmm.
good, opposed to allowing what the internet or what outsiders think of you. Like, people are always going to have their opinions of you, and it's okay to work hard for what you need to work hard for. It's okay to make mistakes. And that's not, and you don't have to answer for it all the time. You don't have to have an explanation for why you choose to do what you do and what works for you and what you need to do at that time in your life.
Yeah.
So that's really all I have to say in regards to that. I think that anybody, because like they had this video going viral of another girl from Bad Girls Club working. The one from the white girl, she was on season 12, I think that was.
Hmm.
The one I'm talking about, the one who spit in the girl. No, no, did she spit on her face in season 12? Or the sister? Was it no? The one with the one with Hannah with the Iranian sisters, and then they had
Okay.
the white
Yes.
girl. Her.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
Yeah, she works in some, and I'm just like, people are like, oh, they're recording her in her job, and I'm like, she's making an honest living. It's okay. Like, my thing is, just because you went on TV, I just feel like, and doesn't mean that you have to be living this lavish life. Like, and my thing is, what works for you works for you. You don't even know what her finances are. She could have a fucking $1 million in her bank and still working there because it works for her. People just don't know what you're dealing with, what you're going through, and I think that people should, if you support me and you love me, just continue to do that.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's nothing to be ashamed of, to actually just like live your life and do what works for you.
Yeah, absolutely. There's nothing wrong with that. And that's for any and everybody. Whether you've been on TV or not, if you're doing what you need to do to survive, to make ends meet for your family, there is no shame in your game. There shouldn't be, at least. So
Right.
I 100% receive that. And like I said, I applaud you for doing your thing. For you to be 8 months pregnant, already having a child, and having to do all the things that you have to do to make it to where you are, girl, kudos to you.
Thank you. Listen, it wasn't easy. That's why I'm happy. I'm back here. I be trying to, cause anyway, but I got my place. My kids are in a home. They're comfortable. Like, we're not living in no motherfucking projects. We not living in nobody's slums. Like, You see what I'm saying? So I feel like that's a pat on the back for myself, and
Absolutely.
it's an accomplishment for me because of where I've came, where my upbringing was. You see what I'm saying? So I'm doing
Yeah.
something different for my kids, and I'm happy, and that's what I think matters is that I'm happy with my decisions and what I am doing for me and my children as a parent.
Absolutely. And that's all that matters. All that
Right.
matters. So we're getting into the final section of your interview.
Okay.
And so this is where we're about to have a good time at, okay?
Okay. Okay.
Because
Let's
because
do
I
it.
would love your take on some stuff. Because as before we even got on here, obviously we was chatting about baddies.
Right.
And because right after we off this interview, honey, we gotta watch us some baddies, honey.
Yes.
So I want your opinion on baddies. How did you feel about baddies becoming a thing? Because you said earlier that there was some interactions when Natalie first, before baddies became a thing, she did the OnlyFans kind of Bad Girls Club thing, and you were involved in that with Janelle. I remember Christina,
No,
Sarah.
Janelle wasn't on it.
Oh, she wasn't on that first.
No, what she did was she had me on that show, and me and her got into it because so the show was filmed in Georgia, right?
Okay.
So the pilot we were filming the pilot for Baddies. So now Sarah calls me. She like, look, Tiana. She like, Natalie, knows this guy. He's trying to build his own network company. She went to college, his own network. She went to college with him, and she wants to get some girls together from Bad Girls Club to film, and we're gonna do it in Georgia. Okay, boom, let's do it. I'm like, I live in Georgia. I just had my daughter at the time. Let's go. So I'm like, okay. But mind you, this is my thing. I'm paying for a babysitter out of pocket to keep my daughter every day that I'm filming with you guys. So I'm not spending the night at the house. I'm going back home to my daughter when we're done. So whatever
Hmm.
happens when I'm gone is whatever happens. So yes, I probably did miss a lot of things.
Yeah.
And another thing about it too was I'm not the 21, 22-year-old Tiana that I was back then. Like, I'm older. I have a child. I perceive things in a different way. I handle things differently.
Yeah.
So going into that house and going into the pilot, my mindset was if the problems come to me, Tiana's gonna handle it. But I'm not letting nobody orchestrate or puppeteer me into doing anything. I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
But I never been that person. So when we went into that situation, I feel like that's really what it was. Like even with with the clips that you guys seen with, oh, go downstairs and Jada has the biggest room, and I'm looking at Sarah and I'm like, let her do that. Why she telling like it's like because she the one that has she's orchestrating things, and and that's another thing too that's so conflicting for me when it comes to television. I think that you should allow the drama to unfold organically opposed to trying to force it. Like I'm not with the Tiana go slap her like I'm a fucking Doja. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm not with none of that. So it just
Yeah.
I couldn't fall in line with it. So I think that because that's how I was and that was my mindset, she was turned off by me. So automatically in her mind, I'm not bringing Tiana with us to Baddies because she's boring because she doesn't want to do what I want her to do.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? I would have
Yeah.
respected where she came from if bitches was coming at me and talking to me crazy and I was playing pussy. Or there was a reason for me to insert myself into something and I didn't. I didn't feel like a lot of things. I feel like we're all grown. People can speak up for themselves. So what the fuck I need to insert myself in anything for? Like, you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I'm here and I feel like so we got into it because of that. So Sarah calls me and Sarah like, listen, Tiana, she like, we had a meeting and they're picking the girls. They're gonna pick the show up and they're picking the girls who they want on the first season. And Natalie says she don't want you a part of it because you're boring. So Sarah, like, I think you need to talk to her. So I hit Natalie up and I'm like, well, I'm hearing that you don't want me. She like, that's not what I said. She was like, Lemmy said that you're boring. Lemmy said that you're boring and Lemmy said that he don't want you. But my thing is this, if y'all had a meeting and we all had this, prior to me hearing this, we all sat in the living room and he said he liked where the things are going. He likes the whole cast. No, you went out. So this is how I took it. I didn't feel like she was obligated to have me come along. But I feel like as a woman and as a mother, knowing that I have a child and you're a mother too, and you have a child, why would you try to take food off my kid's plate? That's how I looked
Mm.
at it.
Yeah.
At least give me a chance to go on there and then curve me. You ain't gotta pick me up from another season if that's how you truly feel. But to go, I don't want Tiana on there because I'm boring is fucking crazy to me. So she like, but that for me, that was the big issue for me because I felt like you was trying to. It wasn't really about me. It was about my kid. You don't know what my financial circumstances are. Why
Yeah.
would you just try to X me out? Yeah, that's how that went. And then it was a slap in the face because then she put Janelle on there, and then she was mad at me because Sarah had posted, the whole diaries thing that she
Hmm.
had, the black book, and I reposted it, and she sent me a DM, and she was like, "You're just mad because we don't want you on the show, whatever the case may be." And I told her, I said, "Listen, we're not gonna do the Instagram back and forth thing. If you have an issue with me when we see each other in person, we can. I'm not doing the internet thing. Like, I've never been about that. My thing is, it's just like don't come and sit me in my DM because you mad. Because Sarah's my friend. You and Sarah got your own situation going on, but Sarah's my friend. I have no loyalty to nobody else but Sarah. She the one who put me on. Like, you see what I'm saying? So you mad because I'm reposting whatever my friend got going on, bitch, you in the wrong DM. And that's how I felt about it. So her and I never really had a conversation about it, but here's the tea, here's the gag. A bitch, I did DM her after because I'm like, bitch, I need that back.
No, no shame in your game.
I hit her up like, Natalie, listen. I want to get on baddies, but she don't be, she don't talk to me or whatever the case may be. So I'm like, I gotta see her in person. That's the thing. I gotta run down on Natalie in person because I feel like that was years ago. Another thing too is that it is what it is. Fuck it. It happened the way it was supposed to.
Yeah, of course. And I think that is unfortunate though, that you wasn't on Baddies in the first season. I felt like that Baddies ATL would have been perfect for you. Like, because
Yeah.
it's no shade of Janelle. Like, I just don't see Janelle being in this space anymore. Like, even when she was on the original Bad Girls Club, it was kind of
Yeah.
like it didn't really make sense, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
It's
she's
not
not
her
that type of
thing.
girl.
Not her thing. She's a cutesy. She's a cutesy. You have,
Yes.
yeah, like, and it's okay to be that.
Yes, absolutely. And so I think it's so interesting how she was able to be on Baddies USA this season.
Oh, because
So
that's her friend. That's her friend.
that's her friend,
Yeah.
right? So what? How do you feel about the Baddies world now? It's been a few years since the first season, and it's become such a huge thing. How do you feel about the overall Baddies world?
I think it's entertaining.
Hmm.
However, I think it can be a bit demeaning too. I feel like, I think that there should be. Okay, let me tell you this. Let me tell you this. I love the direction that she's going into it now with the USA, how they're going and they're performing. They have their music.
Yeah,
It's substance around it. Like, you see what I'm saying? But I also feel as if a lot of the beefs be forced. And also what I don't like is that a bitch could come to the auditions and bust you upside your head, and now this bitch is on the show next season because she hit you with. I don't like that.
yeah,
Like,
that's crazy.
I feel like if you see talent, if you feel like you can actually add somebody to the show because it actually brings more, entertainment to the show, not just about females beating each other face in, I get it. But
Yeah,
to just be bringing ops, and I feel like this shit can get real dangerous. That's the only thing about it. I feel like it's just, I don't like it. I feel like people are having their like reconstructive surgery because it's weird. Like, it's weird, and it's like, what are you promoting in all reality? Like, that's what it gets to me. It gets to me. Sometimes I think a lot of the content be like a lot for me to take in because I'm like, I couldn't be on there and I got bitches beating my face in. Like, it will come to a point where I'm using what this shit could go left.
yeah,
Because you're not gonna be, no, I'm sorry, I'm not letting nobody, especially on national television. I'm not. And there's some of them on there that I just be feeling like, and that's the thing too, is like it's promoting people. Like, some people get a kick out of just hurting others. And
yeah.
some of them girls on there just like hurting, like just want to hurt. I just think it's sometimes it's weird to me, but it's also I'm popping all of this shit, but I look forward to watching it, so I feel great.
Yeah.
because I be wanting to watch it, but
Yes.
I think that she can do so much great things with it. Like like Big Lex, I can't stand her. I cannot stand that girl.
You don't like big legs?
I know I don't. I used to. I think she's a bully.
It gives up.
I think she's a bully, and I think because how somebody never really gave like, and I could be wrong. I don't know what she gave in real life, but you know how somebody never really like had like, I don't feel like she like when she walked into a room, she gave this. So now that she has that on Baddies, I feel like it's like now she got this in her head, like bitches can't fuck with me. I'm this, and I'm that, and if I want to punch a bitch in her face because I know bitches can't beat me, this is what I'm gonna do. And I just don't like the way she go about it. Maybe because I'm 35, they're younger than me. They have a whole different way of going about it. I don't like nothing that she gives. I don't like the way she talk. I feel like she's a bully. I feel like certain time she didn't have to do Summer the way she did Summer. I don't care what nobody say. I'm never violating somebody that I once called a friend. I'm not doing them like that, regardless of what took place. Now, if the bitch hit my child or she did something violent, like she slapped my mother, my grandmother, then that's granted. But because she just ran her mouth and I'm gonna do something like that to her, I just think it shows a lot about how people their heart and like their intentions. But anyway, I'm
Yeah.
not trying to go off of
No, you're
topic.
good because I actually wanted to know what people did you really like see it for? Because I would go ahead and let you know, like one of my good friends, her name's Fauna, who's on
Uh-huh.
Baddies.
I
Her and
love
I've
her.
been friends for a few years. And
I love
you love Fauna?
I love her. I think
Yes.
Fauna. First of all, I think Fauna is gorgeous. She's beautiful. I be on her picture. I be on her. And when she followed me back one day, I'm like, well, what made her follow me? Maybe she was just doing like following her fans or whatever the case may be. But she followed me back. But I love Fawn. I feel like she's authentic. I think she's very dainty and confident in who she is and what she represents. And she exudes that. Like, you
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? She don't have to do too much. She never did. Like, I feel like, and people are going to gravitate to authenticity. And that's why I feel like Fauna has the fan base. That's why the people love Fauna the way they do, because she never had to do too much. When it
Yeah.
came to her, she delivered. And that's it. She never went looking for it. Like,
Yeah.
and I love Fauna. And she's loyal. You cannot, I love the loyalty her, Killer, and what's the other one name?
K Rican.
K Rican. I love them three. Like I really do. I think they're. I love them. I would if I could see me and my homegirls like them. Like, cause what are you
Yes.
doing? What you said about her? What I could see that. So I just love them. I live for them.
I love it. So let's say Bad as USA Part 3 coming out. Would you be open to coming on there?
I would definitely go on Baddies 3. But see, my whole mentality on going on there would be like, I feel like bitches need to show a little respect because I'm alumni. That's how I feel. If you want to get technical, I feel like you can never. That's why I be feeling a little ambivalent about the Tommy thing, because I feel like Tommy, you didn't have to go in there and do what you did because you already set a whole lane for yourself. Like, you see what
Right.
I'm saying? Niggas respect you because of you being Tommy. Like, even if I was to come on there, people would probably be like, well, who is that? Whatever. But my thing is, me coming on there as a Bad Girls Club alumni, I feel like it should automatically be respect for me. Like, I shouldn't be coming in there trying to fight for my motherfucking life.
Yeah.
When I already, like, I feel like if you want to get technical, we paved the way.
Yeah.
So salute. Like, you see what I'm saying? Like, you should be looking for somebody to like talk to or like, and not really mentor. You see what I'm saying? But somebody to be like, you know what, she been through this. Let me try to get her insight or input on it. You whatever. And I, for the most part, I do feel like they do give that because Janelle ain't have her ass whipped. Um, who else? Who else we had on there? The only reason why, what's her name? Persuasion. She
Yeah.
had her shit. I was surprised she got on there too. I was like, well, oh, that's my son, y'all. That's my son. But I was surprised she got on there too. But I would definitely be open to 3 because first of all, I'm only looking at it about that check, that money on, and I know they're giving out a nice pretty penny, and I'm definitely like this.
Okay. I live. And I mean, I'll say this too. It's like, I agree with you that I feel like the BGC girls deserve way more respect than they're given. Because
Yeah.
one of my favorite bad girls is Jayla.
I
And
love Jayla.
yes, and I've always felt like even the first few seasons that she's been on, because out of all the like BGC girls, she's been the most consistently on. That
Yes.
is, and I feel like they never 100% respected her the way that they should. And granted, I get why they respect Natalie because Natalie is the CEO of the situation and XYZ. Totally understandable. Hi, buddy.
He's so aggy.
Hi. But I feel like, I understand why they have a level of respect for Natalie, but then I also feel like everybody else, Jayla, also deserves just as much respect because she never came in with the air of like, oh, I'm better than y'all, bow down
Right.
to me. She never gave that. She
Right.
always was kind to all the girls, and I felt like a lot of the girls, specifically Big Lex's first season, I felt like she was looking for a moment with Jayla because of who
Yes.
Jayla was.
Right.
And
I
that was where
agree.
it was confusing.
1000%. But
Yeah.
you want to know something too? I think that, and I realize this, when you are Jayla gives off confidence. She exudes, I know who I am, right? And I'm confident in who I am, and can't nobody deter me from what the fuck I got going on. And I
Yeah.
think that when you have that type of aura and that je ne sais quoi, people that don't have that or lack um how you say it, or they lack self when people are not confident, I feel like it can intimidate them. And that's why I felt like Lex came in feeling like I have to prove my point, because I think that certain people make you feel less than, and
Yeah.
don't even have to do too much. Just coming in a room can make somebody feel like, oh, this bitch thinks she all that, or she thinks she cute, and I got a point to prove. And that's what I think it gave. Like, because Jayla never was giving mean girl. I think that Jayla is, and even from back, Jayla has been consistent, like you said. Jayla is the same Jayla from who she's been on motherfucking BGC.
Yep.
Like, just that girl.
Yes.
And I don't really get it, but that's what I think people gotta realize. Okay, Pop, okay. It's all right, Pop. It's all right. Look,
I live.
he just keep on whining and looks back at me too, like, so what you got?
Okay, listen, I'm gonna give you your mama back in a little bit. Don't worry.
Right, exactly.
I live.
Exactly.
But no, I really see it for you. First off, Tiana, like, as we're closing this out, like, I want to say first off, thank you for being here. I
Thank you.
100% appreciate this. Like, it means the world. And I really enjoyed our conversation because I was informed a lot when it comes down to, because I've had a lot of questions over the years.
Right,
But like, and I felt like you answered a lot of things, and I also learned a lot more about you. And
right.
so I'm like, you know what? This was great. I really appreciate you taking the time out to like get to know me and talk about everything involving your life. Like, this was so fun.
No, no, I appreciate it too, Jatavia. Like I told you, the fact that you even considered and took interest in wanting to get to know more about me, and opening that door, I greatly appreciate it, and I enjoyed myself. I really did. Look,
Yes.
say hi to the people.
Hi, buddy. Hi.
Say hi, Pop. Oh God.
He's like, absolutely not.
Then I took the Bobo out. It's over.
Yes. So
But
I'm gonna
I
go
really
ahead.
do appreciate it. I really do.
Thank you. Yeah, no,
And
I
we
I
have to do
appreciate
this.
that.
We like I don't know what if you got like little I don't know how your show goes, but maybe you should like do like weekly things where you have guests. And if you do, definitely invite me back. We didn't play our game that you was telling me about.
Yes. Okay. Yes. You're absolutely right. We definitely got to play our little game. So it's called On Brand Off Script, right?
Okay.
So with On Brand Off Script is where I'll just give you like kind of like random scenarios,
Uh-huh.
and you just basically answer them as far as like which one would you do? Like, so let's say for
So
instance, I
on brand would be
say
something I would do. Off script would be no.
correct,
Okay.
correct. So let me see. I'm gonna go ahead and get this for you. Let me see, where is it? Okay, On Brand Off Script. Okay. So the first scenario is spinning the block on an ex.
Ah, it depends on who the ex is, cause I might, I just might though. But listen, it might be an ex from a minute ago. You know what? Let me stop lying, cause I damn sure spit the block on my first a few times.
Yes.
So on
Okay.
brand,
On Brand.
on brand.
Okay. Hooking up with a fellow castmate while you're filming a show.
On brand. I wanted look. I wanted some of Gigi.
I live. No shade. Gigi was fine. She is
Yes,
fine.
she was. Body was. Oh my goodness, I loved everything about her. I was in love with Gigi.
Yes, Gigi was so fine.
Yes.
Okay. Telling your ex's business after a breakup.
Off script. Off script. I don't move like that. Cause
Yes.
you not. Cause I don't want to hear. I don't want to. I don't like nobody pillow talking and doing none of that with me. So
Yes.
yeah. But
And I'm a big person.
I might kiki with a close friend or something. You see what I'm saying? But I ain't
Yeah.
gonna put it out there. I ain't gonna put the business out there like on some Instagram type shit, try to expose you or nothing else.
Yes. No, I feel that. I think the main part about that is like, girl, if you don't want it done to you, don't do it to nobody else.
Right, right. I don't move like that. I never like, and I think that's very like, why would you want to? I never understood that too. I tell people this all the time. You're in a relationship with somebody, or even dealing with them, right? And you have
Hmm.
these deep emotional feelings with this person, and yet when things go left, this person means nothing to you. They still don't have your respect, or you, all of that shit just goes out the window, and now they're nothing to you. So now you can just speak on and do whatever it is that you want to do with them because you're in your feelings. I always thought that was weird. So
Yeah,
yeah.
that's very weird. Okay, let's see. Airing somebody out online.
Airing somebody out online, I don't do it. Off script, I don't do it. I just think some things are, like I said, some things to me are personal, but also I'm a very in your face type person. So we not even gonna do this internet shit because all it's gonna do is get me tight. And now my mind is going somewhere dark now. So let's settle this shit in person because we not doing this airing my business. I remember my baby father did that to me one time. Put my business on the internet.
Hmm.
It went left in the house. It went left because we not doing it. We not doing it. That's too
No,
much.
I don't blame you. I don't
That's too
blame
much.
you.
Like what do you gain from that? Like you really trying to play me?
Yeah, that's
Like
basically
what?
it.
Oh no, we're not doing that.
Okay, so this is the last question, and then I'm gonna have one final, like, overall question.
Okay.
The last on brand off script question is, let me see which one I want to do. Dating for money.
Or on look on brand, on brand. Like I'm
Yes.
not playing. I'm not. Sometimes I'm gonna be honest with you. As I've gotten older, let me give you a little insight real quick. So I met this guy that I've known, this older white man that I've known for a really long time. Come here, come here. I know what you want. All right, come here, cause you wilding right now. Hold on, y'all. I'm sorry.
You're
So
fine, babe.
he it was this older white man that I've known for a very long time, and I'm not physically attracted to him at all. However, he will give me the world and everything in it if I ask for it. And come here, come here, come here, come here. All right.
No.
He will give me the world and everything that I asked in it. However, I just can't get myself to, you know. But you know the funny thing is that I'm saying that I would definitely date for money, but am I not doing what I'm supposed to do right now? Like you
Oh
know what
yeah.
I'm saying in this instance.
Yes.
So that's something for me to think about. All right. Riley, come here. This is what comes with being a mom.
Yes, absolutely. I live
I
for
already know what he wants though. That's the funny thing. He's for you too.
it.
He just woke up, so now and then he about to have me up all damn night because it's 9 and he just got up. Can you pour him a bottle of milk? No. I think he wants something else. Like try to give him a banana or something.
So somebody asked a question. Is it true the wolf pack got jumped after the show?
No.
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Never.
I don't know where that rumor came from.
I never even heard that.
Yeah, that was new to me too.
I never heard that. Where you get that information from? What was her name? What was her name? Because where you got that from? I'm confused. All right.
Yes. Oh, before I let you go, this is the final question. If you had free reign to create your own baddie season where you could combine Bad Girls Club alumni and current baddies that you've watched, list 10 girls that you would have for this special season.
Oh, that's a good question. Okay. All right. I would definitely have Rocky.
Okay.
I would have.
I'm gonna hold the count for you. So Rocky.
Okay. I would have Rocky. Natalie. Let me tell you why I say Natalie. Because first and foremost, let me tell you something. Okay, I love Natalie. Like I was a
Yeah.
huge fan of her on BGC. Like I don't care what nobody say. Bad guy, whatever the case you wanted, I got a kick out of that girl. So I think
Yeah.
she's great for TV. So I would do Rocky, Natalie, Sarah, Tanisha. I would do. You know what's the funny thing? It's funny I say this because I feel ambivalent about her, but Summer. I love some Summer, but she's so entertaining for television. I don't care.
Yes.
I think Summer would make a very good um participant on that show. Of course myself. I love Jada.
Jada. Okay.
What up to how many I got left?
You have four left.
Okay, Jada. Ooh. I would bring Big Lex just because I feel like she would bring it would bring the drama. It would
Yes.
bring the drama. Her and Summer would bring the drama. Um, I said Tanisha.
Yes.
I take her back. No, I take Tanisha back because I feel like she give mother. So
Okay.
she wouldn't really. I don't feel like Tanisha. I feel like Tanisha could come and host it, not
Okay.
participate. So
Well,
let's.
you still
So
got
I'm back
four.
at five.
You got six. So you got four more
Okay.
left.
Ooh, this is hard. Okay. I would do Gigi.
Gigi.
I would do Gigi. Hold on. You know who I like too? Who did I live for? You know who I want to see on something Winter?
Oh, come on, Winter.
I would want to see Winter on like now. Like you see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now.
I used
Um
to live for Winter.
yeah, I would do her. Hmm. You
You
know
have
what's
two
crazy?
more.
I love me some Ivory because I feel like she gonna bring and then. All right, so we excluded myself, right? I'm picking 10. We excluded me.
Yes. Yes.
Oh,
You're excluding you. So you got one more.
you know who I would love to see, even though this is just in my utopia world.
Yeah.
The one who threw the cereal on motherfucking Judy.
Oh, Priscilla.
I feel like she went home too, like the way she
Yes.
whipped that girl ass. And I feel like we never got much of her. And I feel like I would love to have seen more of Priscilla. Like, I feel like that cast right there is very random, but you can get so many different outcomes from that type of cast. You just
Yes.
never know what you would get. And I feel like 10 is, we need about 15.
You want to add five more? Go
Yeah,
ahead.
let's add five more because, damn. Cause then again, I wouldn't mind Tommy.
No shame.
I wouldn't mind Tommy. Damn, who else? Oh, you know who too? The only reason why I feel like I would have said Camila pre-Daddy. I see that she has like she's in a totally different space that
Hmm.
she wouldn't give what you see what I'm saying. So I want to say her, but somebody from her season. One of them twins. Cause that mouth,
Oh, the Victor twins.
yeah, one of them twins got one of them twins got to. I feel like them. I don't know why they not on baddies. Cause them right there, that mouth.
Yes, I would say if between Danny and Gabby, I would say Danny.
The feisty one.
Yes,
That feisty one, yeah. But
Danny is a
I
trip.
definitely got a kick out of them. I thought they was, they not the fighters, but they gonna talk they shit. Period.
Right.
Who else? I'm on three now.
Mm-hmm.
Who else we got? Oh yeah, he woke up on the wrong side of the bed. Cause you dragging it, buddy. Here, hold on. Let's get you, Jatavia. Please, I appreciate your patience
You good.
because he. Oh here, here you go, So all right, who else we got? Let's do. I love the twins too. The one that was on Jayla season.
Oh, the Claremont twins.
Yeah, I love them.
Yes.
I would do both of them, not just one.
Okay, so you got one more left.
And from Baddies, let me see some Baddies. I'm like, you know what? Damn, because I ain't pick Fauna. I didn't pick. See, that's why 15 is just so limited.
Yeah.
Because now I'm thinking about Cold Killer, because her mouth is reckless too.
Reckless.
She's gonna say Usher. I would do Cold Killer as my last one.
Okay, period.
I would do her as my last one, and then we could see what the roundup would be for the next season.
Yes. I love it. That's a great cast.
I think that'll be
That
cool.
would be
I
a
think
great
there's
cast.
so much with that cast.
Yes, it definitely would. Somebody said, tell her if she feels like Jazz had her doing her dirty work. I felt like whenever Jazz had a problem with someone, Jazz would call Tiana to do something with her.
No, the only time Jazz called me to do something with her was when she was like, Tiana, let's go downstairs and tell Janelle she going home. There
Yeah.
was the instance that somebody did that. And this is another thing too. People don't realize that Jazz Monet and I had already set this up prior to. So she didn't just come upstairs and tap me and wake me up like Tiana, go downstairs and say something to Janelle. No.
Right.
When Teresa went home, we made a pact that we were sending Janelle home. Now, I wasn't the type to sit around and worried about a bitch or they plot against a bitch. So Jazz Monet would come to me with plans because that wasn't my main focus. My main thing was like, whenever I wake up and I feel some type of way and this bitch gotta go, I'm gonna do what I want to do. Jazz Monet came in the room and was like, yo, T, she been here long enough. Let's go downstairs. She need to go. And I was with it. That's it. I was just a friend who was with it. Like, and it was never no following behind her. It was me being loyal. That's what I think people don't realize. When you loyal and you tell your friend that you're gonna do something and you're gonna ride with them, you keep your word. That's it. And that's what it was about. It was never about following nothing. Because can nobody ever make Tiana do nothing that she don't want to do? Because if I didn't want to go down there and do it, Tiana would have never went. What the fuck
No
was I
shame.
afraid of? Niggas wasn't putting no fear in my heart. Like I was shaking in me boots. Like if I don't do it, Jazz Money gonna whip my ass. No, my friend said this is what we doing, and I don't like this bitch anyway. What are we doing? Let's go.
Yes. I live.
That's what it was.
Yes.
But that's what it goes about perception. Like the fact that people, and it goes to show that people who think like that, like if for you to even think that, I never gave that to me. That's what I'm saying. It gave like, I was jumping up like, sir, yes, sir. What do you need me to do? Like that's what it gave, Jatavia.
Yeah, it did not give that.
I'm like, what? Like, oh, I'm riding
Never
with my
gave that.
friend. What are we doing?
Yes. But no, I really feel like you made your stamp on this platform. Hence the reason why someone like myself and many others have definitely gravitated towards you. And so the final question is, when people leave this interview, what do you want them to understand about Tiana that they may have never seen before?
I want them to see that I'm funny. I'm really funny. Like I'm really a outgoing person.
Yes.
I'm never a bully, but I can be a bitch. And don't fuck with my people because if you fuck with anybody that I love and that means something to me, you will get that side of me. So I don't really give a fuck how nobody feel about it. Like I'm never gonna change what's at the core of me. And what you guys saw on Bad Girls Club was a true exact representation of me. And I wouldn't change that for anything. Like I was truly authentically myself, and I think that that's what people should always receive from Tiana. I'm raw. I'm an open book. I have nothing to hide. I bleed and I make mistakes just like everybody else. And I'm that bitch too. So it's only up from here. Like that's it. Like that's it. Like that's really how I feel. Okay, Pop. Okay. Oh gosh.
I'm screaming no, but I'm giving you back to your son, okay?
Okay.
But
Don't
no,
be a
again,
stranger, please.
yes, I
Oh.
will be hitting you up. We got to do this again. This is so fun.
Yes, we definitely do it. When I come back to Georgia, we have to get back together.
Yes, I would love that.
Okay. And I'm
Love
gonna send you
that.
my number. I was thinking about that too. I said I don't know why I send you my number. But
Yeah,
I'm
no,
definitely
it's
gonna
all
do that.
good. Yes, we got to text. We got to chat it up. Like, I live for you.
Me too. Thank you so much.
And thank you for being here, babe. I really appreciate it. This was such a great interview. It really was.
I'm so happy.
Yes, but everybody, thank you guys for being here. Make sure you guys share this interview. Let the people know Tiana is back in the streets, honey.
Back in the streets.
She is back. So until next time, next interview, guys, thank you so much for being here. We will see y'all next time.
Next time.
Waist up, what's cracking? What's up, little baby? What's happening? I know you about ready for some action, so just slide to my current. Let's get nasty. Say waist up.